G'day guys, hope you all had a great week so far. I hope you're all doing well. Back with another review. This is Nien Nunb from the final wave of the vintage collection, or the final wave so far. Very excited to get this guy. It's been a long time overdue for an update. But yeah, that's the packaging. Anyway, let's get on to the figure anyway. I'll talk more about it later. Anyway, here he is. He's a cool looking figure, a really cool looking figure. Like I said, I've been really excited to get this guy. I definitely felt for a long time that they needed to do this guy, particularly when they released the Lando General in the vintage collection. Just really the two go hand in hand. He is Lando's Chewbacca, you might say. He's his sort of trusty copilot in the Battle of Endor. Certainly part of this figure I'm not all that excited about is the weapons, but they just look a little bit too power of the force for me. They don't really fit in his hands all that well. He does have small hands, I'll give him that. It's not his fault, he has small hands, but I would have preferred just a normal Rebel blaster or something instead of these sort of... I'll zoom up on this blaster pistol here. It just looks a little bit... I don't know. It just looks a little bit weird. It's something different. I'm always up for things that are different, but I don't know. It just looks a little bit too over the top, sort of sci-fi. It's... I don't know. It might just be me, but just the end of the barrel, it just looks a little bit zap. I don't know. But it goes in his holster. It fits in there really well, so you can just blade in there or give him a Rebel blaster if you like. But the blaster rifle he comes with is just fallen out of his hand. It just looks very Power of the Force. It looks like something that would have come with Nien Nunb from Power of the Force. It looks a little bit over the top, and considering he didn't really have a blaster at all, it was just a little bit unnecessary. But I guess they want to give us a little bit more value for money, considering what we are paying for figures these days. I guess they just put in some weapons for this guy. So that's not overly exciting. I won't be displaying him with it at all. But the figure is definitely stand out. The head sculpt on this guy is really well done. As you can see, really dark black eyes, and then these sort of cheeks, multiple cheeks. I just love the shadows and the sort of shading to his skin tones. It just looks really good. Very lifelike, especially the ears, the paint that they've used on the ears. It's just, they've really done a great job. Sort of you can even see just sort of under the eye there, around his sort of cheek there, just the colouring they've put into it, just to add an extra bit of shading. They've just done a really good job painting his face. You know me, I really like my aliens, and got a couple of these guys now. So there was a version of Nien Nunb that was released in, I think it was the Legacy collection, but it was inaccurate. He had pilot gear. I think it was just pretty much a repaint of Nien Nunb, who was part of Rebel Pilot's Evolution set, or just a Rebel Pilot pack. I can't think of what they were. I've got them both, but it was just a Rebel Pilots pack. There was a couple with 3 each, and one of them was Nien Nunb, and he's got a sort of white flight suit. But I'm glad Hasbro have gone back and done this guy the way he should be done, with the black vest, really nice pockets. I'm glad they haven't gone all glossy paint on this guy. Really nice sort of matte black for the jacket, I guess you'd call it. And then on the back of the vest, it just looks really good. Really nice details. And he's got his black belt, nice silver belt buckle, a few little elements and bits and pieces through there. Gloves, I think they probably don't need to be as glossy as they are. They should have painted them the same as the vest. It just looks a little bit strange, like he's wearing black rubber gloves or something. He's just finished doing the dishes. that's not a big deal at all, so can't complain too much. You go down to his legs, it's sort of got the nice sort of over the boot sort of I don't know what you call them, can't think what to call them, but they've done the silver buckles of the belt that's holding him to his legs. Just done a great job. Articulation is very good for this figure, as the standard is for the vintage collection these days. He has a ball jointed head, ball hinge shoulders and elbows, swivels at the gloves, swivel waist, swivel hips, ball hinge knees and ankles, so very nicely articulated. Having this guy in Lando really wants me to get in the Millennium Falcon now for these two, either that or Han and Chewie. It'd be cool to just set up some scenes with new updated Lando and Nien Nunb in that Falcon. It would be great, but unfortunately I don't know where to get them down here, so I'll have to hunt one down eventually. Now, one thing I wanted to show you was some previous versions. Here we have the Power of the Force version, which I've had in my collection for a while now, so I've just sort of put him away, put him aside now, so I don't really need him. But he's got that really He-Man look, very similar sort of outfit. As you can see, he's still got those sort of brown above the boots sort of things. I can't even think of what to call them. He did come with some whopping guns from what I remember. I've had this one for a while now, so but even back then the head sculpt was pretty good for the time. Just unfortunately they went with that He-Man look. And another comparison is the vintage one. This is the original 1983. So he would have been in that original batch of Return of the Jedi figures. So once again, really nice. I'm not sure on the pink under cheek there. It kind of looks like something it shouldn't. I won't say anymore. But pretty cool for a vintage figure. Really cool. Really nice to have these three, so you can sort of get the idea that they've really gone up to scale. I'm sort of holding them at the same level of feet. They've really gone down with scale, and they're all standing at the same level here, so you can sort of see that they've over the years, it's taken them 30 years, and they've finally got the scale of this guy right. But every 10 years they have a crack at it, or every 15 years they have a crack at it, and they finally got it right. So, but the vintage one is really cool. I picked that up pretty recently, and that's in really good condition. So very nice figure to have in the collection. But this guy is definitely a great figure. I'm glad they released him, and yeah, definitely recommend him. So that just about does it for this review, guys. I'll see what I'll do on the weekend. If I'm not too busy, I might throw another review up. Got a couple more to go from this wave, so I'd like to get them up in the near future. And yeah, hope you guys have a great weekend. In case I don't put a video up, yeah, well, take it easy, guys, and until next time, may the Force be with you.